Our amygdala is not just our fight or flight control center. It's true that our amygdala plays an important role in keeping us safe, in our survival. But have you ever thought to yourself, how does it actually do that? It does it through negative bias, it does it through building community, and it does it through collaboration. Let me expand on each of those points for a second. The amygdala, referenced to as our croc brain, because it is the first brain that we had all the way back in caveman days. Negative bias in caveman days meant that a tiger was going to leap out of the woods and eat you. So it had to be aware of everything around it that had that negative connotation. Something that could stop me, the caveman, from surviving. That's where negative bias comes in. That's why we're always running off on why our newfangled plan won't work. Why this individual is out to get me. The second, building community. In caveman days, you wanted to be part of a tribe. You wanted to be part of a community. You wanted that because you'd have more eyeballs on the tiger. You wouldn't always have to worry about what was going on behind you. How do you get into communities? You collaborate. Back in caveman days, everybody had their role in the tribe. Some people hunted, some people cooked, some people made cooking wares, right? Fires and sticks and pelts to wear. Everybody contributed. That's how the amygdala kept us safe. How do we transpose that to nowadays? Because when I was talking to a friend of mine just now, he hit me with, yeah, like, you need community, you need collaboration. I was born and raised in New York City. My father told me all the time, don't trust anybody, everybody has an angle, everybody's looking to get your money, everybody has a scam, everything's a scam. I'd go to Manhattan, I'd watch them play 3-card Monte or the shell game. You ever see the shell game with the P under one shell? They're like, here it is in the right hand, and then they move it around, and you never guess the right shell? That was me. That was my upbringing. And then I went to the police department at the age of 20. So it's the first time I was ever outside of my house. And at the age of 20, I'm watching people actually get scammed. I'm watching the evil in the world. And you want me to collaborate and build community with people? Oh no. I'm going out on my own. I'm doing it myself. And then, when I hit my head against the wall enough times, I sought out individuals that were doing things that I wanted to do. I sought out that community. And in that community, they were very given. They were very win-win. We will collaborate with you. We will help you. And I'm like, am I in Bizarro World somewhere? Is this the Twilight Zone? These people actually want to see me win? If I win, aren't they gonna lose? No, that's not how it works. There truly are win-win scenarios. And in the group, those win-win scenarios looked really big, like join my team, let's go purchase a property together, to small. You need a contractor? Here's a contractor. You need me to look over your underwriting? I'll look over your underwriting for you. You have a question? I'll answer the question. They were very forthcoming. They would help you at every moment they could. They wanted to build that community because they knew that if you go alone, sure, you can go fast, but if you go together, you can go far. You can go deep. You can have real impact. Much deeper impact. You can help many more people in a collaborative setting. So they wanted to build that community with that collaboration. Let's talk about a few things that when I was looking back at, I noticed collaboration takes. Collaboration has to be voluntary, right? If it's not voluntary, it's not gonna work. You have to want to be in the group that you're in. You have to want to be around the people that you're in for true collaboration to work. Even if I'm collaborating in a real estate deal, even if I'm collaborating with the seller, I have to want that collaboration. I can't be forced into the collaboration. That's why back in school, when they said, oh, friends can't work together because they were too afraid that you were gonna goof off, and that's gonna be one of the other parts of collaboration. It's funny that they were afraid that you were gonna goof off, But in the adult world, goofing off is part of collaboration. I'll explain in a few minutes. But when you were in school, they would put you into groups. And being in that group, they'd be like, all right, now you guys have to do this science project together. And it would drive you crazy because you didn't resonate with those individuals for whatever reason. So the first part of collaboration is it has to be voluntary. You have to want to be in that group. And being in that group means that you have a similar vision. You believe in what the group is doing. You believe in the individual that you're collaborating with. It's a shared vision to where you're going. It's the reason why I can't get a contractor to show up to help build a deck or lay some concrete. It's impossible to find contractors. But every week, 12 to 18 guys show up on the construction site to build Habitat for Humanity houses. I can't speak today, right? So how's that happen? That's collaboration. That's a shared vision. Dependable and committed. You have to be dependable. You have to have the integrity of, I'm going to say what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do what I say I'm going to do. And sometimes that dependability, that commitment to the process, commitment to the project, means that I have to do things on my own time sometimes. Sometimes it's not just within the window. Habitat for Humanity. Yeah, the window was 7 to 12. We would all meet 7 to 12, and we would swing hammers and bang nails. But there was a lot of things that went on outside of that time frame. Sometimes I had to stay late and wait for a delivery. Sometimes I had to go procure supplies outside of that 7 to 12 window. You have to be committed to the project. The ability to goof off. I said I was going to touch upon this. What that does is, and I'm not talking about you're goofing off and you're not getting the work done. I'm not talking about you're goofing off and you're playing video games. I'm talking about having fun within the work. Having fun with the individuals. Forming that relationship, that friendship. And the reason why this is good is, one, it makes you more creative. 2, it makes for a relaxed atmosphere. 3, it leads to the next point, and the next point is embrace candor. If I'm goofing around with individuals and I'm building that really good, strong, loving relationship, then when we have to embrace candor, because sometimes people won't step up to the plate. Sometimes people won't do what they said they would do. And that could be for a myriad of reasons. But sometimes you have to have that difficult conversation. Sometimes candor has to come into it. Listen, you said you were going to have the supplies here. The supplies aren't here. What happened? Now you're holding everybody up. You dropped the ball. Calling people out, but calling them out in a loving way. Not a derogatory way, not a facetious way, not a I told you way, not a gotcha way, in a loving way. You're not holding up your end. You're going to start dragging the rest of the operation down. Right? Embracing that candor. It's much easier to embrace the candor when it's coming from somebody that is doing it in that loving way. Not in that you're an idiot way and I knew you were going to drop the ball and you suck. No, just a matter of fact way. When I was building my real estate team out, part of that candor was I had to call out my partner and listen, you're supposed to be calling brokers. You're supposed to be, your lane is broker relations. When's the last time you spoke to a broker? Oh, I don't want to hear the excuses. That's your lane. Pick up the ball and start running. And that's it. And he knew that I wasn't being facetious about it. He knew that he was dragging the rest of the team down. It's just part of collaboration. It's part of, sometimes you have to call people on the carpet, but you have to do it in a loving way. How was I open to collaboration and to community? When I made that transition from that scarcity mindset of everybody's out to get me, and I joined my first real estate group, and that real estate group turned out to be a loving, hard-driven, we will help you with whatever you need. It started chipping away at that wall I had put up. And when I chipped away at that wall, I literally turned 180 degrees. You can see it right there. Proximity is power. That was an old sign. I actually believe proximity is the unfair advantage now, and this is one of the reasons why. When I was introduced to that group, I couldn't believe how helpful they were. I couldn't believe that they actually wanted to see me succeed. What I didn't understand back then is, if I succeed, the group succeeds. If the group succeeds, the group attracts bigger and better and more high-level individuals. Those individuals come into the group. They're going to elevate the group because they're high-level individuals. It's going to attract the beginners that really are serious, not the tire kickers, the people that really do want to make a difference. And we bring them into the group. That's how it goes. I didn't realize that back then because I was in scarcity. I wasn't in abundance. I didn't believe in proximity. So our amygdala is our emotional control center. And yes, it gets tagged with being fear and flight, but it's also collaboration and community. When you're in these environments, you actually start feeling really good. And this is what triggered this video. What triggered it is I was having a conversation with Joe, and Joe said to me, yes, the amygdala, when you're in caveman times, you needed community, you needed collaboration. And that's why when you get community and collaboration now, it seems so foreign because it's something that you strive for, it's something that you want, it's something you yearn for. But society doesn't give it to you because we're placed in this box. And that's the box we're breaking out of. We're breaking out of society's box, the handcuffs that society put on us, and we're saying, no, we can collaborate. We can form community. We can make a difference. And in making that difference, we can have a really big impact on the world. Guys, around here, we live up here in the numerator, not down in the denominator. Go out there today and be unstoppable and absolutely crush your day. I love spending time with you. Have a very blessed day.